Early in the morning, the Manhattan skyline wakes up in gold and silver light. Skyscrapers reach upward, each with its own story. But one building stands out, tall and proud. Its pointed top catches the sun before any other. That giant is the Empire State Building. You can see it from almost anywhere in New York City. It towers over busy streets, yellow taxis, and the endless city energy. People from around the world come here just to look up and take a photo. On a clear day, it seems to scratch the sky. The Empire State Building is more than just bricks and steel. It is a symbol of hope, hard work, and big dreams. For nearly 100 years, it has watched the city change. Yet, it remains the heart of the skyline, the pride of New York. So, how tall is the Empire State Building? That's a simple question with a surprising answer. There are actually two ways to measure its height. The first is to the roof, where the building ends and the famous spire begins. The second is to the very tip, including that sharp spire and the antenna on top. If you measure to just the roof, the Empire State Building stands at 1,250 feet, or 381 meters, tall. This is the height most people think about. But if you include the spire and the antenna, the height jumps to 1,454 feet, or 443 meters. That's a huge difference, almost the size of a football field. Why does this matter? For years, people argued about which measurement should count. The official rules for skyscrapers changed over time. Today, both numbers are important. The roof height shows the building's size, while the spire makes it even more impressive. When tourists visit, they often ask, how tall is it really? The answer depends on where you stop measuring. But however you look at it, the Empire State Building is one of the tallest buildings in America. To understand how tall the Empire State Building really is, it helps to compare it to other famous buildings. Let's start with the Eiffel Tower in Paris. The Eiffel Tower is 1,083 feet, or 330 meters, tall. That means the Empire State Building's roof is higher than the top of the Eiffel Tower. What about the Statue of Liberty? Including her pedestal, she stands at 305 feet, or 93 meters. That's less than 1/4 the height of the Empire State Building. Even the famous Chrysler Building, another New York icon, is only 1,046 feet, or 319 meters to its tip. Today, there are taller buildings, like One World Trade Center in New York and the Burj Khalifa in Dubai. But for many years, the Empire State Building was the tallest in the world. Its height made it a record breaker and a legend in the world of skyscrapers. Standing next to other landmarks, the Empire State Building still looks grand and strong. Its classic shape makes it easy to spot, and its height remains a symbol of New York's bold spirit. Back in the 1920s and 30s, New York was a city in competition. Every architect wanted to build the tallest tower. It was a race to see who could touch the clouds first. The Empire State Building was born from this rivalry. The developers wanted to beat the Chrysler Building and the Bank of Manhattan Trust Building. They chose a bold design in the Art Deco style, with clean lines and shining metal. The plan was ambitious, not just to be tall, but to be the tallest. Every detail, from the strong steel frame to the elegant lobby, was meant to impress. Why build so high? Tall buildings meant more space to rent out. More height also brought fame and attention. The Empire State Building's developers wanted their building to be a symbol for New York and for America, a sign that anything was possible, even during tough economic times. In the end, the Empire State Building soared past its rivals. Its height and beauty made it a global icon. People around the world began to dream of visiting this wonder of engineering and design. Building the Empire State Building was like running a race against time. The workers finished it in just 410 days, barely over a year. That's faster than almost any other skyscraper, even today. At the peak, more than 3,400 workers were on site every day. They worked with amazing speed and skill. On some days, the crews built as many as 4.5 floors in a single week. Steel beams, bricks, and windows all arrived right when they were needed. Cranes lifted heavy pieces high into the air. The workers, many of them new immigrants, balanced on narrow girders without nets or harnesses. How did they do it? Careful planning was key. Materials were delivered at night to avoid traffic. Teams worked in shifts around the clock. The building rose floor by floor, like a giant puzzle coming together. By May 1st, 1931, the Empire State Building was ready to open. It had broken records, not just for its height, but for the speed and teamwork that built it. Step inside the Empire State Building and you'll find a world of activity. The building has 102 floors. Most are office spaces, busy with workers, meetings, and city life. There are 73 elevators inside, moving thousands of people every day. Riding one feels like, well, flying up through the heart of the city. The lobby is a masterpiece of Art Deco design, with shining marble and bronze. Tourists and office workers pass through here every morning. The real stars, though, are the observation decks. The main deck is on the 86th floor. Here, visitors step outside and see the city spread out below. On clear days, you can see for up to 80 miles. There is also a higher observation deck on the 102nd floor. It's smaller and more exclusive, but the views are even more breathtaking. From these decks, you can see the rivers, bridges, and thousands of buildings that make up New York. The Empire State Building is not just for looking at. It's a living, working piece of the city, full of people, stories, and unforgettable views. At the very top of the Empire State Building is the famous spire. When the building was first designed, this spire had a wild purpose. The plan was to use it as a docking mast for airships, giant blimps that floated through the sky. Passengers would step out of an airship and walk straight into the tower. But strong winds made this idea too dangerous. Only one airship ever tried to dock, and it was a struggle. The air whistled around the spire, shaking the lines. The dream of airship travel faded away. Today, the spire has a new job. It holds antennas and lights. These send TV and radio signals across the city. At night, the spire glows with changing colors. The lights celebrate holidays, honor heroes, and cheer on New York sports teams. The spire is not just for looks. It is a symbol of reaching higher, of turning big dreams, like docking airships, into new possibilities. The Empire State Building is tough. It was built to handle whatever the city could throw at it: wind, storms, and even earthquakes. Engineers used a steel frame, a kind of skeleton for the building. This frame holds up all the weight and lets the building stand tall without bending. Wind is a big challenge for tall towers. On a stormy day, the Empire State Building can sway a few inches, but it stays safe and strong. The windows and walls are made to keep out rain, snow, and cold. Every part of the building works together like a team. Fire safety was another big concern. Special stairs and sprinkler systems were added. The building is checked and updated all the time to stay safe for everyone inside. Thanks to smart engineering, the Empire State Building has survived hurricanes, blackouts, and even a plane crash in 1945. It stands as a lesson in how to build high and build strong. So, what is the real height of the Empire State Building? Is it 1,250 feet to the roof, or 1,454 feet to the tip? The answer is both. The roof marks the body, and the spire makes it soar even higher. Together they create a building that has inspired millions. But the Empire State Building is more than just numbers. It is a living symbol of New York's power and hope. It shows what people can do when they work together and dream big. From the busy streets below to the lights at the very top, it reminds us that even in hard times, we can reach for the skies. Every year, millions of people stand at its base, look up and feel awe. They take an elevator to the top and see the world from a new point of view. The Empire State Building is not just a building. It is a story, a challenge, and a dream, still shining in the heart of New York.